Hello, guys. Welcome back to another Cinematic Mike review. Today, I'm reviewing Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather 50th Anniversary. The Godfather had a re-release because it's the 50th anniversary, obviously. So they did this thing where they put it out in theaters. I'm not sure if it was only for Dolby cinemas or that was just something that they were doing it. But I went to go see it in Dolby because it seemed like that's where you were supposed to see it. I'm not sure if they had it like in standard and all that. So I saw this whole thing on my social media like months ago, and they said the 50th anniversary and how it was gonna get a re-release and all that. And they had like an amazing poster for the 50th anniversary that looks great, a work of art of the whole family right there. It's amazing. The poster for the 50th anniversary, I fell in love with it. And so yeah, I was getting a bit hyped up throughout the month, seeing like here once in a while something would come up because the 50th anniversary and the re-release was gonna come up soon, and we are gonna be able to go see it in the theater. And so I decided, yeah, when the time comes, I'm gonna go watch it. And I think it's only for a limited time. I think it's over tomorrow. I think because we're on Tuesday. I think tomorrow is the last day, if I'm correct. I think it was only for like a week. So yeah, I saw it on Friday. I saw it last week. I got tickets like a week before, and I had it all planned out. I was gonna go see it. I went out to go. I met up with my friends. It was my day off, and I met up with my friends. And then they really wanted me, and I told them, "Hey, I gotta go back because I'm gonna go watch The Godfather." And they kind of were like, "No, come, you'll make it." And I got time to spend with my friends, but I wanted to go watch this because my friend lives in another city a bit away from here, and I had to come back to my hometown to rush back here to watch it, to be on time, because I told him I gotta be there because I like to be early. I don't like to go right on time. I like to get there like 30 minutes before and all that, so I can get ready, get my food, sit down, get comfortable and everything, do what I have to do. And yeah, it was The Godfather, and I was getting excited. It's The Godfather. The Godfather is popular. I think many people know The Godfather. Anyone who loves films knows The Godfather. For some of us that are like really big movie fans, obviously that's kind of a great film, a masterpiece, and all that. Maybe some other people have other things where they don't consider The Godfather a masterpiece. They consider other films masterpiece. Some people don't even consider Citizen Kane, I think, a masterpiece that I know of. But yeah, The Godfather is something big, and I got introduced to it as a young child because my family had it on. My brothers were into it. My sisters were into it. We had a VHS. I still have the VHS of The Godfather Part 1 and Part 3. We're missing Part 2. I'm thinking, my mom told me one time that I guess we might have let someone borrow it and they never gave it back. And it sucks because that's one of the great ones, is Part 2, which is always missing. And I remember the times when I was trying to watch it, I was always missing Part 2. So I would only be able to watch Part 1 and Part 3, and I could never see Part 2 when I was young. And so yeah, so it's a known film for, I think it's also known for like what you would say, a Latino family, a Hispanic family. It's actually known with us and all that. They know it as El Padrino, and families all in this know it. And I think many people know it from other families too. It's around the world. I mean, I've been seeing like posts from other sides of the world, and I'm just happy because you just see how nice it is with not just South America, just like in the UK and places that look like I don't want to be messed up, but I think it's like places like Israel or something like that where people are watching it, and it's just great that it's being celebrated and everything, and to have its re-release on the 50th anniversary and in the in the theater and all that. That was the one thing that got me. It's like, damn, I get to watch it in the theater. That's amazing, because I never got to watch it in the theater. And many of us who love The Godfather, we didn't get to watch it in the movie theater because some of us didn't even exist. We weren't born, or we didn't exist at all. We were born like after 20 years later, 30 years later, and all that. We got into it later. Maybe some of our parents or our grandparents got to watch it, got to experience it in the theater, but we did not get to experience it in the theater. So I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go watch it in the theater, and I would like to see it with an audience. And so yeah, I got my ticket to the Dolby Theater at AMC, and I went to go watch it, and I was surprised on how many people actually showed up. It was really interesting how many people showed up. I was wondering, is it just gonna be me and a few people, or a lot? When I saw the seatings, I saw that it was booked already. Like a lot of seats were taken, and I think I was gonna try to go the day before too, but it was sold out. Well, the seatings were all taken, so I wasn't able to see it on Thursday. So I went for the Friday, which I didn't mind. I was like, I'll go on the Friday because it's my day off too. So I'll just go there. And yeah, and then when it was about to start, I didn't see much people coming in. I'm like, oh, don't tell me this is one of those things where it looked like the tickets were bought, but then nobody shows up. But then yeah, people showed up, and it was funny, because I talk about how they don't make big ambitious films like this anymore, or try to get to it and all that. And there's that whole thing. I'm sorry to bring up Marvel and all that, but yeah, Francis Ford Coppola has been he says spoken about like his views on the MCU, the Marvel pictures and all that. And it was funny because yeah, I kind of agree with him in some ways and all that. And and then the guy that sat next to me had a Marvel sweater, and I was like, I don't know if this guy's just here to like make fun of it or something, or he's just right there with the Marvel sweater. But in a way, I thought it was amazing. I thought it was cool that he had a Marvel sweatshirt. I was like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I would think that someone from like the big Marvel fanatic would be like complaining about Francis Ford Coppola speaking against the Marvel pictures. But I'm like, this guy kind of seems like, he's kind of like, he's open up to everything. Maybe he is a Marvel fan, but he's a Francis Ford Coppola fan too, He's a whole thing, like I said before in other videos, I'm a film fan first before anything. Maybe he's the same way. Maybe so I thought that was kind of really cool about that, that this guy just showed up with this Marvel sweatshirt, even though Francis Ford Coppola has said his opinions about the Marvel movies. And this guy was here to actually see the movie, and I didn't know whether he was going to be acting weird or anything and all that. But we saw the movie, and he was cool. He was right there just focusing on the film too. He was just right there really focused on it. The other person next to me came, and when they got in, these were on their phone, and I'm like, no, please don't tell me this is not during the Godfather, this guy. Because usually the one thing that bothers me in the movie theater a lot, everyone's on their damn phone, which I think is disrespectful. And I think it's stupid when someone goes to the movie theater just to be on their phone. It's like, you freaking paid a ticket to watch a movie on the screen. Why the hell are you on your phone? I think it's pathetic when people go to the movie theater and then they're just on their phone, just looking through their phone. I think it's really stupid. So I thought this guy was going to do that. This was like right when it was about to start. And this usually happens to me where I'm all comfortable, and then right away when I'm about to watch a movie, some guy next to me or a girl next to me just starts getting on their phone, and I'm watching the movie, and the freaking glare of the light of the phone, it's catching my attention. So that's the one thing that bothers me. And this guy did it like during the previews though, and all that. But no, after that, he did turn it off, and it was nice. And that was one of the wonderful things about watching the 50th anniversary. No one was on their phone at all. Everyone was quiet as hell and being respectful to what was on the screen, which is something you don't really get nowadays. It was nice and I was surprised there was older people. There was like in the middle, like me, and then there was way younger people that I saw really young. Like this guy that was next to me, he looked kind of young too, and some other people that looked really like they were still in high school. Couples that looked like they were just coming out of high school or still in high school too. They came. And it was nice to see that. And yeah, and I saw the picture, and it's just beautiful the way it opens up the film with the guy and getting to know who the Godfather is. They're coming to him on his daughter's wedding, and he's someone that takes care of things for him, as long as he's gonna ask you for a favor and all that, but he doesn't want to be insulted either. But he's someone that you can come to with your problems, and he tries to fix those problems. And then maybe one day he's going to come to you and ask you for help, so kind of like, I'll do you a favor, but you're going to have to do one in return later on for me, but I think he plays this out well. He knows he's going to need them for something. And when that day comes, he knows he can go to that person and all that. So yeah, it's the Godfather. He's the Don of the Corleone family, and he runs a business, I think it was a gambling and some other stuff. And it's about his family, and Sonny Corleone, played by James Caan. Robert Duvall is in there as the consigliere. I can't say it right. I had the word before. The consigliere, something like the advisor of the Don and all that. And it's amazing. The characters are all, you feel like sympathetic towards the characters, and they all stand out. And I think that's good in writing. You always want your characters to stand out, the way they talk, the way they respond. You get to see they each have their own qualities to them, which makes them stand out. And you're not saying, well, he's that character too. They're basically the same character, They're actually standing out on their own, just like in the real world, Me, I'm Mike, someone else out there, someone else. My brothers are someone else. My friends are someone else. They act different than the way I do. Their personalities and all that. And so it stands out here, and it's really touching because you really feel sympathetic towards them and all that. Even though there's the business that they run, they are kind of like criminals and all that, but there's still kind of the sympathy part, which is something that plays out really well in this. The acting is spot on. James Caan plays Sonny Corleone. He's like the hot-headed son. I think he's the oldest son, and he's like the hot-headed one. He's probably like the one that's next in line. The Don knows how to take care of things and all that. He knows how to just be calm and things work out, be more mature and professional. Sonny's kind of one that kind of blows up and all the time and is hot-headed, and I think the Don knows that too. Then we have Fredo. Fredo is like the middle son. He seems like he'd be the younger one, but no, he's like the middle. He's the middle brother, and he's played by, was it John Cazale? I think. I hope I get it right because he's a great actor. Dog Day Afternoon and The Conversation, and here too, and especially in part 2 of The Godfather, he's amazing. I wish he made more movies. He only made a few movies because he passed away too early, I believe. And I'm pretty sure if he would have had many more years, he would have made some great pictures and all that. And so yeah, he's like the middle brother and all that. He kind of has a like a clumsy kind of way of being, he's kind of like the clumsy brother. Not perfect as the other ones, and not someone who can handle things as the other ones and all that. Al Pacino stars as Michael Corleone, and obviously he's kind of like the angel, like the innocent one of the family, and that's cool how it starts off with the opening is at the daughter's wedding, and then the Don doesn't want to take a picture because Michael's not there, and he even gets serious, like, we're not taking the picture without my son, because he wants the whole family there, and he sees something wrong. He's like, how are we going to take a picture without my son? My son has to be here to take the picture. Shows you how much he cares about family and all that just by that scene right there where he's like, I'm not taking the picture without Michael. Michael arrives with Kay, Diane Keaton, and he's starting to tell her about his family and the business they're in, and which is really shocking because he's just announcing it to her that my dad's a criminal. He made him an offer he can't refuse and all that, But then again, he's kind of giving us information too. He's giving it to Kay, but it's obviously going to us also. When I think she asked about Robert Duvall's character, and I think it's Tommy. Is it Tommy? Tom? I think she asked about him, and then he says, "Oh, well, he was on the streets when he was young, but my father took him in as our own." Oh yeah, I think she asked, why is he your brother, but he has a different last name or something? And he's basically saying he's not my real brother, but in a way he is my brother. My dad took him, and that's just nice when you hear that the Don actually took a kid from the street and they see him as brother, but then, they're not, but they are brothers because they kind of grew up together and all that. And there's a close relationship. So to them, they are family, even if they don't have the same exact blood and all that, they are family, and that is brother. So that kind of makes it more sweet right there, Tom's kind of another one that's innocent. He's kind of calm too. He's not a hothead. He's the advisor of the Don and all that, the business and all that, but he doesn't get himself into like the bloodshed and all that. He made advice and all that, but he seems like another one that's kind of innocent and all that. But obviously I don't think he'd be able to take the family because he doesn't have the Corleone name and all that. So they use him as an advisor, and it's nice here at the beginning because Michael's talking about like how he's like, I don't want that life. I'm not like my father Kay and this and that. I don't want a part of it and this and that, And there's some situations that go on when the Don or Sonny doesn't want to get into business with another gang and all that. And that's what causes this whole story to actually go on. And the acting is nice because towards the middle of the film, there's an attack on the Don's life and he gets hurt. And it's again right here, it's great acting by John Cazale too. He in his character, the way it's written of Fredo. And he's with Fredo, and then Fredo wasn't able to help him out. He pulls a gun, and then the gun just shakes off of his hand, and you feel bad for him because it's just the way he is. But you must feel like, damn, he must feel really guilty that he couldn't help his dad because there was a hit on his dad. His dad gets hurt, and then he just kind of couldn't handle the gun and all that, And his dad just got hurt in front of him, and this kind of Michael finds out, and this gets him furious. He gets really mad that someone actually shot his dad. They put holes in his dad. And then he has to go look after his dad. Sonny's obviously the hothead and wants revenge and all that. So he's trying to plan out how he's gonna do that. I think this also turns Michael that way. This anger kind of gets him into this whole thing about revenge and all that. He's really pissed because damn, they just hurt his dad. And that's the sad thing, because you see from the beginning, and I think this would be the middle part where it's kind of transitioning. Not completely yet, but there's that little part that's actually transitioning into the route that Michael is going to go into. And Michael just comes with an idea like, hey, let's do this, and I'll end up hurting them just for payback and all that. Sonny doesn't want him to. He actually kind of laughs at the situation. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know. He's like, nah, stay out of it. But they see that this is kind of a good plan to get back at the people that actually attacked them, you know. And to go back to the acting, you know, it's really touching. I just saw it because I read a comment somewhere, and it was true. When I watched the film, the acting is just touching. The whole thing of, I'm not going to take the picture with Michael. The scene with Fredo when his dad is shot right in front of him and he wasn't able to save him. Then there's a scene where Michael actually goes to the room, and just Marlon Brando's eyes, or his expression with the makeup and all that, and the way he's hurt. And then when Michael Al Pacino comes in and he's like looking after him, and he looks him in the eye and he's like, I'll take, it's okay, I'm here now, Pop, and this and that. It's just really touching, and it's kind of heartbreaking when you see that. But the acting is spot on, and you really feel for these characters. You feel like Michael really cares for his father, and this is something that really, but he doesn't want it. He's like a boy right here. He doesn't want his dad to die, and he's like, I'm right here, Dad, it's okay. And the dad's supposed to take care of the son, not the son taking care of the dad. So, and right there, he's right there making sure his dad's comfortable, and so that's great right there. Editing thing, another thing on editing, I think it was nice. The scene, there's the like beginning part where Johnny Fontaine comes to ask for a favor to get a movie role, and he can't get it, and then Don ends up saying, do this and that so he could get the role. They have a horse's head cut off and put it in the bed of, I don't know who was the producer or something. And that scene when he starts screaming, I always do that scene with my friend, sometimes in front of him, and he knows what I'm talking about. I always like, I always do. Sometimes he does it too. But that scene, and then when it cuts to it, like transitions into the dawn, it's kind of showing like this guy's kind of a monster too. You can care for him, but you know, it's this guy who did it. He's the one that put the hit on it. The one who put the green light on it, I mean, you know. So it shows all that, and I think it's amazing that editing right there, you know. The cinematography is great. The music score is always amazing, and just the tension of it. There's just this tension in the film with the writing, the acting, you know, and all that. The way where the camera's placed, the way the camera's moving, and all that. There's this tension on it, and the story just pushes all the way from the beginning to like, it just pushes on to the next one. So I think that's great that they do that with The Godfather. And yeah, the acting is spot on right there. Even the scenes you see with Sonny getting mad when Carlo starts telling his sister, insulting his sister. He's like, hey, don't talk to my sister that way. You see how much this is all about family. And even a scene with Robert Duvall's character, I think Sonny ends up insulting him, saying something. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. He doesn't take it serious because I think he knows, you know, it's all right, whatever. But you kind of see that, and it kind of hurts you because you're like, oh man, he's kind of like a brother, you know. He's not the real one, but you shouldn't say that to him, you know. He's still like your real brother, you know. So those things are touching on the film, you know. It's really dramatic, and the acting is spot on. The story is well about family. I did like the locations. It's one of the reasons I like when movies actually film on location. If these get some good spots, it looks nice. Like the house where the Corleone family lived, the diner scene, you know, scenes on the street, the toll booth scene, and all that. It was amazing to see how this was shot. It was really big. It's a really big like film, and a lot of production work into this, so which is amazing. And you get to appreciate it when you watch it on the big screen. You know, I never thought I'd be able to see it in the theater, and one of the reasons I wanted to watch it was because obviously I never saw it in the theater because I wasn't born and I didn't exist. And I love going to the movie theater. It's one of the reasons why I love watching in the movie theater and not at home at all, is because I get to be like away from everything. I don't have like a car, an ambulance sounding outside of my house, someone yelling at somebody, anything. Not that I live in a neighborhood where that always happens, but just these things that could be distracting to you, you know, just being at your house and all that. I want to like just be focused here and absorb everything and be with an audience and escape with them and feel the energy throughout the whole room and all that. And that's something that I love about the movie theaters, that you get to experience it with other people all together as one. And it was amazing here because you know what, I didn't realize that The Godfather was actually funny until I saw it in the theater. I've seen this movie so many times, and with how serious it is, I never thought that it had like such a sense of humor, and it does. It's funny. There's a like, I was laughing with the audience because they made me laugh too, and because I actually focused, and I was like, oh yeah, that was funny. And these people were just laughing at the things they said, and it was great to experience that with an audience. Just finding out, someone who's watched it many times, and finding out that, man, this film actually is funny also too. It has its jokes in there. Um, so that was great too. And then you kind of find out that these people that went to go watch it, they haven't seen the film, I think, because there was moments in the film where they were shocked, like the scene where is it Connie? Is it Connie? Sonny's sister, Michael's sister. When you see that she's being hurt by Carlo and all that, a lot of people were shocked in the theater, like, oh my god, and you could hear it in them. They're like, oh my god, and this and that, and like, oh, they were just shocked. I'm like, and us who have seen the film, we know what's gonna happen. We kind of know, okay, this is that scene. But these people, you could kind of feel like if it was their first time too, and then and even when the movie was over, people got up, and I saw this young couple, and some guy was just like, man, I didn't know that movie was so sad. It was really sad and all that. Like, he just said that, and I was like, oh damn, it must have been his first time seeing it. He's like, man, that movie was sad. And like I told you, there's all these people, so you get the way they responded, when they got up and they started commenting on the film. I kind of got the idea, like, oh, it was these people's first time to watch the film, I think, which I appreciated a lot. I'm like, wow, that's cool. I'm glad that people that haven't seen the film and they're watching it for the first time and they get to watch it in the movie theater is amazing. So yeah, that was great. I mean, the story, it's a shock too. A lot of shocking scenes, a lot of shock and heartbreaking scenes. It's a sad film, it's a big film, but it's also sad, because I mean, like I said, Michael's like an innocent person at the beginning. Towards the end, he's not really innocent. He's going into the route that his father, the business that his father is in, the business that he got stuck in, and how his family's part of this like mafia and all that. Again with the acting, it's just Marlon Brando and the Al Pacino scenes, and it's the scene where I told you, I'm with you, Pop. And then there's another scene too. It's really when the Don comes back from the hospital, and his grandkids are there giving him notes and reading all his notes to him and all that. And then there's a scene where he's like, where's Michael? Where's Michael? And then they tell him, he's like, Michael was the one that did the hit. And the look on his face, the way he just kind of like, just is like, he just like kind of sinks in, and he's just like, to me, it was kind of like, oh, like, no, fuck, no, not him, like it was just a big regret. And you could tell by the expression in his face, and he just tells him, just go, like, but it seems something that he's bothering. He explains it to Michael later too. He's like, I didn't want this for you. This isn't what I wanted for you. And it was just really touching to see those, that kind of acting and that storytelling and all that. And you feel for the characters there, and you can see, yeah, the Don could be the Don. He's a monster. He's not an innocent guy. He can care about family and all that, but he's not innocent. But you can see that he cares about his family, and he didn't want that life for his son. He tells him, I wanted you to be somebody else, not this. But then again, he kind of wanted him to be bigger than that too, and I'm not sure if it was a way to just help out the family also. But you can see all that as the movie goes on. And so yeah, it was funny watching it with the audience. It was nice seeing that some people didn't even haven't seen the film, but they got to see it for the first time. It looks great for its 50th anniversary. I'm glad they re-released it. I had a good time watching it in Dolby. So yeah, that was nice right there. I love the poster that they got for the 50th anniversary, which is amazing. I've been in love, and I was hoping that they would do something, since this was like an event thingy for like a 50th anniversary. I was hoping that AMC or a theater would be giving out the poster of the 50th anniversary one, because I really want it. And no one was doing it here, and I was so upset that no one did it here. And then I find out that Cinepolis from like Mexico, Cinepolis is actually doing it. I think somewhere on the other side too, they're doing it. But the only one that I know is Cinepolis is having a like postcard that says El Padrino. And it's the 50th anniversary. It's the poster that I basically want. but they didn't do it here, and I was like, oh man, I'm trying to see if someone would sell it to me from over there, but I don't know if it's if there's a way to do that. And I've been looking for it online to see if there's anyone that's selling it over here. I told some people that know some people over there to see if they could hook it up, but the Cinepolis is not that easy for them to get to where they're from. So yeah, I really would want the actual official limited edition of the 50th anniversary one. It says El Padrino and all that, and it has the poster, the 50th anniversary. It's just amazing, man. I really want it. AMC does have its merchandise on their website. I might buy like a shirt, and it has a poster, but it's not the one that I want. I really want the official one of the 50th anniversary. It looks amazing. So as I'm doing this video, I'm looking at this here. I never did this unboxing. I have this. I was gonna return it. Oh, sorry. I was actually gonna return this. I got this barely a few months ago. My friend gave me a Target gift card. It's funny because he gave me a Target gift card the year prior, or in 2020, as a Christmas present, and I ended up getting the Godfather Coda with it. I still haven't seen the Godfather Coda. I have it and it's still sealed. It's somewhere here. It's still sealed, and I haven't opened it yet. I was going through something around that time, and it's funny because he gave me again a Target gift card for 2021, and then I went to go see, and I knew this was kind of disappearing, so I went to go find this one. Yeah, I didn't open it. One of the reasons I didn't open it, I got this one because I wanted it because it was a newer version. I got one already that's the Almerda edition, and the Almatra edition, or Almerda, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. And it's like a white box, and I really wanted it because I never had the movies on DVD, or especially Blu-ray, and I think that one's Blu-ray, and I got it like 3 years ago. I got that one in the box. I got the 2-disc, but the way they put it onto the disc holder, it's a cheap way of doing it. And then when I got the third one snapped, and I was just pissed. I was like, really? It just snapped, and I found out that it happened to other people. It wasn't just me. I was just happy that I had part 1 and part 2, and I could put them on and I could watch them. And I was really excited that I was able to see part 2. And then I got this, and before I opened it, I looked up some information on it, and they said this has its issues too. It has some issues, they said. And I'm not sure if it was similar to the Omerta edition. But yeah, I'm going to keep it just so I could have it. I have the Omerta edition. I have the Godfather Coda. And what's funny is that they're going to re-release the trilogy again on 4K and Blu-ray. I think there's going to be one that's just for Blu-ray. Because I'm not a 4K guy. So yeah. And if they do release it, the trilogy on just Blu-ray or box set, I'm going to get it. And I did see that they have a single with the Godfather 50th anniversary one. Blu-ray, so I'm gonna get that too, which is amazing. But I think I'm gonna keep this. So for you guys, I'll just open it right now, just so we could do a little unboxing. It's probably gonna be a little long video. Yeah, guys, so I went to go look for this one because Target's already freaking changing, which is pissing me off. And soon, yes, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have no DVDs at all. They only have like one little shelf, one-sided too. It's not even two-sided in one aisle. It's only one-sided now. And I remember this was out there a lot, and I realized that they're gone. And I'm like, damn, I better try to find that. And I had to look for this at a certain Target, and he actually went to the back to go look for me because I had to look it up. I forgot how I found it. And he went to the back to go look for me. And he's like, and he found it, and he got it for me. And I was just glad that I got it. So here it is. This is the Corleone Legacy Edition. This is a nice little box. Hope it doesn't get damaged later. Here it is. It has this nice little, whatever you call that, the Godfather trilogy. There's the Don Vito Corleone, played by Marlon Brando. The Corleone Legacy Edition, and it's on Blu-ray. So there's that right there. There's a spine right there. And here's this, and an enduring cinematic legacy. So yeah, it's a bit dinged up, which is something that bothered me. But since it was like already disappearing, I'm like, I'm gonna take it before they just disappear completely. Disc 1, The Godfather feature film, commentary by Francis Ford Coppola. Godfather 2, The Godfather Part 3, Disc 4 special features: the making of The Godfather, filming locations, the Corleone family tree, the music of The Godfather, profiles on the filmmakers, photo galleries and storyboards, Godfather World, the masterpiece that almost wasn't, when the shooting stopped, and Emotion Rescue, revealing The Godfather, The Godfather on the red carpet, 4 short films of The Godfather. And yeah, it looks wonderful. Looks great right here. I think this is The Godfather Part 3. It's not The Godfather Coda of the Death of Michael Corleone, which is the one that came out in 2020, I believe. It was like a re-edited director's cut of Francis Ford Coppola, the way he wanted it, I think, or the way he thought was better. There's some issues with Part 3 with him and all that. And so he did the Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. I did look up the new box set that's going to be part of the trilogy of the 50th anniversary. I think you're not going to get this 3. It's going to be the Coda one. I'm not sure both of them are going to come in there, but I saw that it was the Coda that's going to be in the other one. And then here we go, guys. Look at, oh, damn, look at that. Look at that. That's nice. These are like postcards, I bet, or something like that. Yeah. I don't even want to open this. Oh, I think you could like put it on your like table or something. It's like a poster where you can look. So I think you could just unfold it and put it like on your table. Like little postcards. I'm trying to remember how exactly it was so I could put it back the exact same way, but now I can't remember. I'm thinking it was like that. Or was it like this? It's probably like this, yeah. So let's see. Well, I'm probably gonna have to open that for you guys because you guys are probably gonna want to see that. Here is just the Blu-ray box set. There we go. The box, not the box set. There's, oh, you see? These are the things that I talk about, man. It really pisses me off. See, this is, although I don't like that it slipped out and they didn't take care of that really well. It wasn't clipped onto this. The other one, the Omerta edition, was like a paper thingy, which was a weak way to like put it on there, which made it harder to get out and made it more riskier for me to actually crack it. And that's how I cracked Part 3 on that one. So that's the thing that bothered me. Damn, my fingerprints got on the disc. Let's see. Oh, let me try to see. I'm not sure if these things don't even clip them on. There's always something with this. Look, I already tried to clip it on. It's still falling out. Yep, it's still falling out. So that explains why a lot of people were talking about this. I'm hoping they do a better job because it's not right that every time it's a Godfather thing, there's always an issue. Someone should actually, in there, should take it into consideration for us who are actually fans of the movie, that it should be fine. Oh, this is the restoration. Yeah, I remember I'm not sure if the Omerta one was a restoration one, but yeah, the Coppola restoration, as they called it. The Godfather Coppola restoration is the first film, feature film. The Godfather Part 2, the Coppola restoration, feature film. The Godfather Part 3, Coppola restoration, feature film on there. And this should be the Godfather Coppola restoration, special features. So yeah, that's basically all you get, which is amazing that I have it now, because it's on Blu-ray and I get to watch it all together. You see how I had the VHS and then I didn't have Part 2, and now I had the Omerta edition and then Part 3 broke, so I couldn't finish it off on Blu-ray. And now I'm hoping this all works well. So I got that. Plus I'm gonna end up getting the other one, and I'll do an unboxing so you guys can see. I'm gonna open this even though I didn't want to because it looked nice. All right, guys, so here, this kind of little look reminds me of Apocalypse Now. So just the red on it, the Godfather right there. Yeah, these are like postcards thingies. So, oh man, I got my fingerprint on it. I hate when I do that stuff. So there's this one. Oh nice, Marlon Brando right here. These are nice right here. These are really nice. Paramount Pictures, Francis Ford Coppola production, The Godfather Part 2, Al Pacino. This must have been like the original poster or something right there. And then here is Robert De Niro as the Don, young Vito Corleone. And then The Godfather Part 3, all the power on the earth can't change the destiny. Can't change destiny. Yeah, so there it is right there, Godfather Part 3. I like Godfather Part 1 and 2, and I had a thing for Godfather Part 3. I know it's like, people know it as a trashy one, but I always just see it like, yes, it's not as great as Part 1 or 2, not even compared to 2. But the thing is, it kind of turned into a decent, at least, action crime film, a decent one, at least. I do want to see the Godfather Coda, though. I want to see the original third one, and then I want to compare it to the Coda. I have not seen the Coda yet. And then, oh, what's this? Oh, it's like a map. That's pretty cool. The Corleone family line. So that's nice right there. The Corleone family line. And yeah, like I said, I think you can put that on your, you can put those things inside here, and you can put it on your desk or whatever. You just pop that open. I don't think I'm going to do it. So yeah. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on the Godfather 50th anniversary. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out today. And then tomorrow, I think it's the last day. I do recommend, if you guys have not seen The Godfather, watch it, the whole trilogy. And then that was my unboxing to the Blu-ray of the Corleone Legacy Edition one. Just so you know, I'll be getting the 50th anniversary ones that are coming up soon. So yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed my video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.